We are back again.
Back again.
It's Coplaymedia right here on Rip Radio Network. What's going on? We know you guys missed us, right?
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It feels like forever.
I mean, it has felt like a while, but it's good to be back. That's the main thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're here. No, that's it. We're here.
We're back.
Man.
That's the main thing. We have
so much has gone down. So much has happened.
We're just so happy and excited to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like so much was done. Like Otakon, Dragon Con, all the conventions. A bunch of great stuff was happening.
Right. We have a jam-packed show for you today. We have the current event segment coming up. We're also going to be breaking down Naruto, Shippuden, and Boruto as well.
Yes.
And then we also have, hey man, guess what was earlier this week?
What?
It was Video Game Day.
Video Game Day.
Woo!
Now, what is Video Game Day?
We'll go over that. That's the other segment. And then, so we have a great show for you today. So let's start off with the current events. Why not?
All right, so we got the Nintendo bringing back the NES Classic. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a really smart move on Nintendo. Nintendo has really been pimping their old stuff out.
Well, I think it's a little bit more than that. Just Nintendo just is gaming. It's about nothing else to them but gaming, and it's always been that way. And it's nice to always see this and pay homage. And I'm surprised. Are you surprised by the popularity of it?
I think it's one of those like nostalgia hooks. Like, hey, remember Nintendo?
Right.
Remember Nintendo? Now you can hold it in your hand. Now it's mini size. Like,
but why specifically Nintendo? I mean, I get the nostalgic.
If they came out with an old Sega, I'd buy it. Like, yo, we got a mini.
They do have that.
They have the mini Sega.
It's just not as popular as the NES. And
there's a mini Sega for real?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go ahead and look it up, man. But yeah, it's a big deal right now. So you know, you used to be a Sega player, right?
Yeah, I was a Sega kid.
I mean, why do you feel that the Nintendo series of older consoles are just so popular? Like, are you mad about that? How does that make you feel?
I would say like the Super Nintendo games were a lot better, you know.
I mean, you can't compare Super Nintendo and Nintendo. One's Super, one's not.
Well,
right?
I mean, like, yeah, one's Super, one's not, but one was like way more innovative and way more fun. Like, if you were gonna say like, you know,
I'm
Nintendo,
comparing Genesis and Super Nintendo.
So
and
Sega
Nintendo.
Genesis versus Super Nintendo?
Yeah, like
I would know.
Super Nintendo's like the more popular one, the more sought after one.
Reggie, you know good and well I never had Super Nintendo.
I know, but you've been to my house, you've been to other people's places.
I didn't play it like that. I couldn't enjoy it like that. Mario's not as big of a fan for me.
First off, everybody plays Mario, man.
Everybody plays Mario. Everybody plays Mario, but what is this Mario game? Like, there's a bunch of Mario games, and I played them on other systems. This is just
so you're telling me you've never played Super Mario Brothers 3? That's like known as like the greatest game.
Of course, I played Super Mario Brothers.
Of course, 3. So just
over somebody else's
house,
off of something else on the fly. It wasn't mine. So it wasn't like I got my Nintendo and I'm gonna play, because you know there's a huge difference between playing the system yourself for a long period of time, and then just being over what do you got? You got Sega Saturn right here. Fuck is this?
Man, we're not even talking. You're talking out of stubbornness, just straight stubbornness. That's what it is. You're just a hater.
Okay.
Anyways, some of the games that I remember used to be like DuckTales.
DuckTales was fun ass game.
Contra. I know you remember all that.
Contra was a really
Mario,
good ass game.
Zelda, all that good stuff.
I never played
man.
the Zelda games early on.
You played Punch-Out though. You played Punch-Out.
I played Punch-Out.
Who didn't play Punch-Out?
That was like Super Nintendo. No,
Nintendo was Punch-Out, man.
Nintendo was Punch-Out?
Yes.
But I thought that was like Super Nintendo. That had to be
Super Punch-Out and Punch-Out.
The Super Punch-Out was
when it comes to Nintendo.
I'm not a huge Nintendo. I went the Sega route into the PlayStation realm, and I've just always been on that route.
Let's just concentrate on Nintendo like as a company right now.
It's difficult.
Like they're always pushing the edge, right? And they're always trying something different.
I personally don't feel as if what is it? What is their system again?
The Switch.
Switch is that great of is that innovative?
So you're not happy about the Switch?
I don't have it.
What do you mean? Like, that doesn't mean...
So I must not be that impressed.
Can you at least appreciate art?
Reggie.
You know what I mean? Like, the style, the direction they're going
Why don't you have it?
I mean, I plan on getting it.
You plan on getting it?
I still play my Wii U, so I appreciate Nintendo.
Man, I'm not playing that.
I'm still a fan of the Wii U.
Maybe when there's a good game coming out that, that I would need, then I would. But I'm not going to do it for Zelda. I hear Zelda is amazing. Zelda's fantastic.
I mean, they got Splatoons. They got a lot of stuff. And plus the
Splatoon
Mario coming out.
Fun, but I'm not getting it for that. And neither are you. We both feel the same way.
This sounds like the same argument about PSVR a while ago.
PSVR is whack.
Shut up. Anyway. Next subject, D.
So... you know, controversy, you know, controversial.
Yeah, a little bit in the current events.
You know, we go there, we handle these hard topics and issues.
So we got to tackle this one.
So I'm a huge fan of Destiny. Right?
First off, talk to me how Destiny 2 is and how you're liking it before we dive into this.
Destiny is one of the best shooter games I ever motherfucking played in a long motherfucking time, man. You want to talk about a really good motherfucker, man. That's game.
That's like you say, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I was just saying
she was just scene after scene.
Oh man, see, this game is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. You know, I've already beat the game. I've had the game for like 2 days. I beat.
And you already beat it?
All right. I ran.
You scare me with this Destiny stuff. Okay. I want to get into it, but it seems like a lot of hours, a lot of time.
Did it with Eddie Bueno, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know you guys are putting in work, and you talking about the raid last time, how big the raid was.
Crashing it, man.
Anyways, let's get into the top.
So inadvertently, they had an item that came out in Destiny 2 that was, and you saw a quick.
It was like a piece of armor.
Piece of armor kind of looks like it has like, you know, a white supremacist part on it, you know what I'm saying?
But it was weird in the story though. But they said like
they didn't mean to do it. Like it was just like a design. Like they were just like somebody was designing. They were like, yeah, that's tight.
What they said was if you flip it a certain way, it looks like it. So it wasn't designed to be that way. But if you flip it or look at it a certain way, it looks like it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think it was like an honest mistake. I think it was one of those like small honest mistakes. Like me personally, I look at it like when you read the description, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't the armor of the most supreme high.
Let's take a look at that's the picture right there. You know what I mean? And they're saying like I guess the symbol on there, if you flip it a certain way, it looks like some type of white supremacist symbol or something like that.
I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean I get it, but you know,
like
for people
I was looking for a swastika. I don't know what this joint is supposed to be.
But how do you, you know, in development, how do you let that slip through the cracks though?
You do a design. You think the design is tight. You don't cross-reference your designs with past designs that may have looked like it.
Do you think it was intentional, like some people are saying?
I don't think it was intentional, but if someone did a sideways swastika, you can easily say that they were trying to be.
So you're telling me nobody in the department saw that? And like,
I mean, maybe I don't think that we're not trying to inadvertently say that, like, you know, Bungie is trying to, you know, pass through.
And we're
like
not talking about Bungie all over. It could be one person's mistake in the department.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could
and
just
don't you
have,
just like, I'm pretty sure they have like a quality control department that looks out for certain things, that checks, double checks.
Whoever's in charge of that is probably going to get fired or
written up.
Yeah, so you about to get. Someone's about to get done
slapped on the hand.
For that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, what are you thinking? Well, I thought it was a good design. Like, no, man.
Right. And the worst part about it, with everything going on in the world, right? With everything going on, this has to come up, and you don't want your game associated with something like that.
It's one of those things where it's like I don't think that anybody meant anything bad by it, so I don't feel any kind of ways about it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you know, overall, I do think it was like an accident thing.
Yeah,
and
I think it was inadvertent.
Yeah, and you know, when you're drawing, or if you're an artist, which I'm not, I can't believe that somebody looks at your art form a certain way, they can find whatever they want. You know, have you ever been to museums like that where you like kind of look at it and you gotta study it? Of course you haven't. You're not. You don't go to no museums, no art, and they ain't doing none of that.
I went to the African American Museum.
Okay. Did you look at any art and say, how does that look?
Yeah, I looked at some stuff and I was like,
did you depict it differently from anybody else?
I think what art is you take in the emotional, the way that it makes you feel, the way that what it makes you think of, what it reminds you of, how it makes you feel or whatever.
Great.
And then you express it as art. You could say any fucking thing. You know, you can say like, this fills me dark brooding sense of this art of because it's art, it's anything, it's your interpretation.
And that's the thing too, like just like I have a diamond on my shirt, people can look at it any way they want and say, like, hold on, man, you know what that diamond represents?
Oh man, it represents blood diamonds.
Yeah. And I'm from Sierra Leone, so you know what I mean?
But it's a misconstrue. You misconstrue, like you didn't know.
You create your own perception of what it is.
And
so all in all, we take the accident. It's probably an accident. Let's just remove it and let's move on, right?
Let's move on to someone who did it on purpose.
Woo! Good segue. Talk about it.
Pewdiepie was on his show, and just said the N-word, just real regular,
quick and
we can say it because it's black, right? I'm gonna say it on accident.
Can you say roll off the tongue? Let's take a look at his apology real quick.
Just looks guilty. Just look at him. Just look guilty.
Yeah, like he has the eyes, fucked up face.
You know what? That's the look of somebody who's just been getting belligerent.
I wanted to make a statement on what I said in my previous live stream. You probably won't believe me when I say this, but whenever I go online and I hear other players use the same kind of language that I did, I always find it extremely immature and stupid, and I hate how I now personally fed into that part of gaming as well. It was something that I said in the heat of the moment. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not going to make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it. I'm disappointed in myself because it seems like I've learned nothing from all these past controversies. And it's not that I think I can say or do whatever I want and get away with it. That's not it at all. I'm just an idiot. But that doesn't make what I said or how I said it okay. It was not okay. I'm really sorry if I offended.
Case in point, he was sorry, right?
Two things. One, he's Swiss, so I don't know where he's seeing any black people at. Like, where do you get the word from?
Well, yeah.
And two, if you watch, because I did watch the video of him saying it.
Yeah, I watched it too.
He says it so
easily.
Freely, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like
so the big controversies. He actually said this on a live stream.
On a live stream,
yeah. And this is a guy who, for people that don't know, gets millions of hits, millions of subscribers,
of course,
all of that, and it flew off. So basically, just to describe the scene, since we don't have the video, he's playing a shooting game. I forgot what shooting game he was playing.
Playing Destiny.
He was playing Destiny.
Everyone is playing Destiny too.
And somebody messed up, I guess, the mission, or somebody was messing up.
You know what? It doesn't
matter.
He
said, "Man, then boom, he just says it.
He's like, you're a nigger.
What he said?
He was just like, oh, you nigger. He's like, oh, you're a nigger.
Yeah,
like, oh.
Like, and you kind of wonder, what do you mean? How does that?
I'm like, you know what? It was one of those things like, why that word?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You just like picked the word. Like you were like, oh, you like cycle through the words like, oh, dumbass. Like you're an idiot. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah,
like,
that's
nigger.
It even seems like we're just using the wrong context, right? Because you know what I'm saying. You've seen people slip up. You know what I'm saying?
Like, what?
Remember we had a friend of ours that said it that was not African American, and I'm like it was bad, and we checked him on it, but it's like he used it in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Like, man,
he was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? He slipped out like, nah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah. But he just used it as like you would say, oh, look at this idiot, look at this dumbass, look at this fuckboy. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's where, you know what, he wants to be the Donald Trump of video game. He can go ahead and be the Donald Trump of video game. Just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything too bad.
Right. You know what this has written all over it, right?
What?
The Kramer situation a little bit.
Oh man,
yeah.
It's a shame because I really like Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think a lot of black people feel like they're like, oh, we really did like Seinfeld, and this guy just swang off. But when you're a comedy, and I'm thinking PewDiePie the same way, like it's kind of like you're trying to be entertaining, you're trying to like.
I mean, there's a line, and then you think about how you're trying to be funny and the responsibility and what kind of message that you want to send. Like, what kind of message are you sending? Saying that
this is not his first time either.
It's not his first time, and he's always doing something. Like I almost feel as if he will sacrifice himself in front of everybody. I don't know, for his career afterwards.
Yeah.
Remember when he got in trouble with Disney?
Yeah.
He messed up and he lost his Disney deal.
It was a lot of different things. But
he really dropped the ball on some things.
I mean, and also the big thing is, you kind of win-lose situation. The big thing is controversy sells. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's bringing a lot of attention to him, so he's going to get that attention. Whether it was intentional or not, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know. But overall, it just feels like something that, do you believe his apology video?
No. I think it's one of those things where, like, everybody apologizes. Like you're
after the fact.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody apologizes in court.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, even if they didn't do it, it's just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's like something your mind is trained to do.
Yeah.
Like,
after days of somebody examining and ridiculing and literally judging you, everyone's gonna say they're sorry. Like, I was wrong at some point somewhere in this.
Right. Exactly. Especially in the back of your mind, it's like, okay, sorry.
Sorry about that. My bad. Like, like, what are you gonna do about that? Like, there is no coming back.
Yeah. So overall, I just think that you move on from it. He learned his lesson. I bet that because there's a lot of other response videos to that. So
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, I think that he's gonna still get attention. But eventually, it will no longer be positive attention.
Right.
Eventually.
Eventually, because if you keep slipping up like that and keep making a mistake like that, you know what I mean? You can't really. But tell me more about Destiny 2, though.
Destiny 2, real quick, if I could just segue into it, as far as shooters, is one of the best cooperative shooters that I've ever played. You know, the only one that I would compare it to is something like Borderlands. Did you ever play Borderlands?
Never played Borderlands.
You never played Borderlands? It's like one of those things where it's real easy for a multiplayer get-together of killing other regular people or running through some missions and, you know, the raids and the strikes and the weapons.
I want to compare it to other shooters, though, man, because I want to get into another shooter.
One thing that I love about Destiny is that they incorporate the way that people respawn. Like, you know, in a shooter, they never really talk about you respawning. You just, like, time rolls back or some fuck shit. It's a video game. They just leave it at that. Here, it's like, you know, the light, they got their own little religion thing going on. The moon is, like, right there. They call it the Traveler, and it's like the light from there gives them all superpowers that keep reviving them every time they get shot up.
Wow. So I got to check that out. Right now, let's go into the Go Play, No Play videos right now. And I know I got a couple of them, and they were chosen by me. So, Diaz, you're kind of off the hook. I just want to know what you think of these videos. And I think I may have a couple that you might say go play on.
I mean, I'm sure. Like, I think I'm going to like some of these.
Let's check out the first one.
It's hard to keep your attention these days. Stay with me? Good. This is Rainbow City. We need to go down to see Sully Heart. Guns, psychos, killers. They're all here for you. And unless you duck your way out, you will need some toys.
That's
Ruiner.
real tight.
By Raycon Games.
Raycon Games?
Yeah.
What other games have they done before? That thing looks crazy.
Yeah, it does look interesting, and I like the kind of like the punk style music it has. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like I hate to choose a game off of the beat that was in the back, but man, that thing was sinister.
You know what?
Bro.
That's what you call a good trailer, though. The one that actually sells you on it. You know what I mean? And it has good colors. It has the music playing. The gameplay look well
and everything.
And it reminds me of a game that we reviewed before. The one with the samurai where you go boss to boss to boss battle.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the name of that game? Caught you off guard with that one, right?
Oh man, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Like,
we reviewed it before. You'll find out later.
Yes.
So, go play or no play on Ruiner.
That's already bought.
Yeah. I would say go play too. It comes out September 26th.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy it.
Yeah. Let's go to the next video.
It's done.
First off, don't be a hater.
No.
First, what do you mean?
No.
Obviously, you've never ever played a Lego game.
I'm not.
And I beat my hand on the desk.
No.
I'm serious. First off, it's one of the best co-op games out there. With the Lego games, you have to actually work together with the partner to beat it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yes.
I'm fine.
You never played any of the Marvel ones, any of the X-Men ones? What do you mean? First off, okay, back in Genesis Day, you used to like X-Men, right?
Of course.
It's like that, but just with Legos.
No.
Is it the fact that it's Legos you don't like it?
I think it's the fact that it's Legos that I don't like it.
First off, the game is funny. They always have good jokes in there. And Legos
you know what?
is like the biggest thing.
The jokes seem cheesy. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a big market push that Legos is known for doing. That's why they've had Lego movies, and this is like
because they're actually funny.
It's definitely it's what it is. It's a light layer of fun and like what the heck and cuteness because it's Legos.
Yeah.
And partly it's it's like the go-go version of them. You know how go-go will redo somebody else's song, and they'll act like, you know, they'll redo.
You're
like
talking about it's like a redo, like
it's like a redo. It's like a poor redo.
It's not poor redo.
It's a
How do you think they
poor
keep
redo.
selling? The movies sell, the video game sells.
Because it's Lego.
It's more than that.
It's a movie or a franchise constructed to sell Legos.
Have you ever seen a Lego movie?
Yes.
Have you ever played a Lego game?
I probably did.
You did. I don't think you did. You didn't.
Know,
and this
not.
is called
Coplaymedia,
Coplaymedia, and we have one of the best co-op games out there. And you don't like it? You're gonna give it a no play?
I'm gonna give it a no play.
Get off my set, man.
You know what this game makes me want to do? You know what this game makes me want to do? It makes me want to play Destiny 2.
We'll go to the next one. Let's go play for me. Go play for me.
Well, it's the one we've all been waiting for. Here we go. A chance, Ronaldo. We're on the verge of something that's going to make headlines for years to come.
Oh, the whole stadium stands as one.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. He's up for the header. Power, sheer class. Astonishing. Unbelievable strike.
That shit kind of looks hard.
So here's the reason why I chose FIFA. FIFA is just as big as man as far as the sports gaming landscape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you get a bunch of friends together, there's two big games that you want to play. It's going to be soccer games and it's going to be hockey games, I think, outside of the Madden, of course, and your NBA games. You know what I mean? So if you ever want to give a sports game a try where you have like a big party and you want everyone to be into it, FIFA's a nice game to have.
It's okay, you know, like I've never played it. To be honest, I've never played it, so I don't even know. It's like they're a juke stick with the thing. How are you kicking?
They
like,
have
are you
different
kicking with
buttons to do
sticks?
different things. You
Like
know what I mean?
I need to know how the controls are and how I would play it, because you know what I understand about playing, like, you know, football and stuff like that. There's hot routes or stuff like that. It makes sense because I know what the rules are and I can play according to that, and I know how it feels in my hands.
Right.
I think with FIFA, since I've never played it before, I don't know if I can really say it in the same way. And what's going on, Leo?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Welcome. just popped up out of nowhere. What's going on, bro?
You don't have to make it out here.
What's going on,
man.
Leo?
Nice. Any thoughts on FIFA?
You know what?
Do you play FIFA?
I've actually played FIFA. I'm not gonna say that I'm like the best player, but I will say I'm like the weakest novice out there. So,
Is it a game you would recommend?
yeah. I mean, for anyone that actually likes to, you know, play soccer in their spare time, you know, inside the home, yeah, like I definitely recommend it. Like, especially if they're big fans of like certain clubs and so forth, like international and stuff. I recommend it.
Like,
difficult game to play though. A little bit.
To say,
yeah,
like,
it's a little bit difficult. Like it takes a lot to score.
It does.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be
but
easy.
But it's soccer. It should take a lot to score.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
soccer,
so. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like.
But sometimes it can suck the fun out of people that aren't really into soccer.
Well, it's because a lot of American sports are centralized around getting a lot of points.
Yeah, true. So no play, go play.
I don't know. I guess.
Is this
go
the first?
play.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leo?
I don't know.
I mean, I say go play.
Go play.
Go play. It looks pretty. I like it. Looks
go
nice.
play?
Yeah. Let's move on to the last video before we catch a break.
So
Hobby is a big deal because it's supposed to be kind of Zelda-like, and that's what they're trying to say was inspired from Zelda.
no play.
No play.
Couldn't keep my attention.
Couldn't keep your attention?
Couldn't keep my attention.
I'll say no play too.
I'll probably say no play as well. Yeah, I didn't. It didn't catch my attention, to be honest with you.
Yeah. On that note, let's go ahead and head to break. We'll come back, have the Naruto discussion,
Yeah.
as well as Video Game Day celebration. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Video Game Day celebration. What you mean?
What? All right, we'll be back.
Damn, y'all feel it?
You could hear it.
Just disrespectful. Just disrespectful, man.
Disrespectful? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I don't know. Hey, we are back.
During the break, you just gonna burp in my face like that, man?
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm over here. How could I even do that?
Oh, man.
I didn't even. So, we are going to head into our discussion segment, in which we are going to, as me and Leo being Naruto aficionados.
What do you mean? Like, I don't watch Naruto.
We're going to explain to Reggie.
What are you talking about?
Why Naruto is the best out of all three Naruto
Is that what you both think?
And
Which one are you
Boruto.
talking about? Naruto or Boruto?
I'm talking about original Naruto versus
Shippuden and Boruto.
And Boruto.
Okay.
Now that's going to be my stance from it, and we can go from there.
Go ahead and start it off. Why do you think that?
I mean, we can start it off in whichever way that you want.
I mean,
you know
just explain. I just want you to explain yourself.
We going into the drawing and the style. Like if the way that I really like this anime right here, Naruto, in the very beginning.
You're talking about the original?
The original Naruto, before Shippuden and stuff like that, is that they were very humanized. You know what I'm saying? They were a bunch of kids who just came out of a war, who was trying to struggle to get by. Everyone did their hand signs like they were supposed to. No one was flying around doing mega death kill bombs. And it was one of those things where I look at the fights and the action and how it went down, that it was just really a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing, you remember the first Orochimaru fight with Naruto and Sasuke, and you know, he does the things with all the shurikens, and like he binds them together and he like sets it on fire. It's like, you know, it's tighter because you could just go ahead and just imagine like you were them. You know, they were very much more relatable than flying and, you know, gene therapy going on, but everyone's jumping through woods. You know what I'm saying? Like technology is out of whack with their entire cultural and civilization. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Well, I mean, the way I look at Naruto is, and it reminds me, especially after watching the first couple episodes of Boruto, is seeing that the bonds form. You know what I'm saying? Between all the friends in the beginning when they were kids. And the part I do miss about the Naruto is like the missions. You know what I'm saying? Like the Class C mission, the Class B mission, you know what I mean? And the more difficult, you saw the progression with each of them, like who's going to step up this time, who's going to do this time.
Boruto ain't done a mission yet.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of miss, you know what I'm saying? And I did like that, and especially the biggest part with Naruto that I did like, that I will give you about the original, is that when they went on that mission against the Sound Ninjas, and they had the curse mark on them, the curse mark Sound Ninja. Yeah, and they were chasing Sasuke, and there was a time where each of those kids stepped up and fought.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Knowing they could possibly die. You know what I'm saying?
With Neji and Choji.
And they fought the spider guy, and Choji's first butterfly.
Oh, man, that was vicious.
Yeah, but it's those segments, those episodes.
Those segments really created the base of you caring about how these characters develop.
Do I think the original Naruto is better than Shippuden? Nah, I'm not going to give you that, though. But Leo, what do you think about the original Naruto?
It's a tough thing to sell. It's a tough sell.
I mean, I honestly think that, like, the original Naruto is definitely... it just shows the development of each character regardless. And, it definitely has, like, a lot of its moments. And especially when what's it called? When Orochimaru is actually attacking the Leaf Village, and then everyone's like in despair, and like everyone's like trying to.
Everybody's like, "What are we gonna do?"
Yeah, and then he summons up like the previous Kages and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, you see the development and like history, but at the same time, I feel as though Shippuden definitely has a bit more of an action sequence. More so than the original Naruto. Naruto has the roots, and then Shippuden just has the rest of the action.
Well, I feel as if Shippuden has gotten a little lost. I feel as if like they have the issue that a lot of shonen anime have the same of, is that the issue of a greater power. So Dragon Ball was a good show. And then, like, later on, they added power levels, and then it went to Dragon Ball Z, and then there was power levels, and then all of a sudden, everyone is flying and blowing up planets. Everyone is flying and blowing up planets, and they're just constipated for like an episode and a half, and they come in, they just wreck house. Everything is gone. Black matter. Everyone can do it. Yeah. And I think that in Shippuden, Kaguya compared to Madara, as far as being the last villain, was a huge mistake.
Before you even get to that point, I want to address what you just said. So, yes, later in Shippuden, it did get to the point of like powers and
Kakashi kept it real.
Kakashi so
kept
good point.
Real.
Good point. So what I did like, and I think the earlier part of Shippuden did better than the original Naruto.
I agree.
Is that the technique versus technique thing? That's what you really drive for. Like, I'm going to use my technique better than you use your technique, and we're gonna see who catches who.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Instead of like, you can't beat this one move, so
I got my spirit bomb.
It's done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or Rasengan is done. You know what I mean? And the Rasen Shuriken is done. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? There's different stages how it got to that point. You mentioned the attack by Orochimaru on the village. Yeah. I think the Pain attack on the village was even better than that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Hands down. Hands down.
I think that fight was a huge example of how overpowers came out of control. I'll never forget. I'm watching the scene. I'm like, oh my god, this is tight. All this stuff, and then I see Pain running like Roadrunner. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is too cartoony. He's like running, and his face is like.
You're talking about Looney Tune-ish.
He's like Looney Tune-ish, and they're like. So it's just like,
I'll be honest, and I didn't like that either.
It's kind of too much.
But the anticipation and build to that Naruto Pain fight was real. Yeah. You know what I mean? His march to the village was real.
But that's part of the issue, is that the hype is so big that they have to have a Dragon Ball Z type superpower of this always ending. And then like Madara, who has been hyped up. Since Naruto, Madara has been hyped up, and then we get little pieces of it, and then Madara comes in, and then he is literally in the middle of fucking everybody up, and then all of a sudden there's Kaguya. That's how I you know what I'm saying? Like, I am fucking everybody. Everybody can get it. What happened? Kaguya. Like,
here's the mistake that you're making. You're not giving enough credit to the journey. You know what I mean? You're going straight to the end, and you're saying how you feel about the end of things.
I feel as if Madara was the end, I would have been a lot more satisfied than a character who's an alien, who came from outer space and gave all of humanity chakra and is coming to take it all back and turn everybody into a tree.
Yeah, but you can't judge the whole arc on that, though. You know what I mean? You had to appreciate the way Madara's story ended. You have to appreciate the way the Kages came back.
I think
you gotta appreciate Sasuke's whole story.
Literally, the creator of Naruto said that he added Kage in the end because he had no way of knowing how to finish it with Madara. Madara was such a vicious, well-liked, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thought, like, you know what? Even if you didn't like Madara, it was like, was he vicious? Yes, he was. Everybody be like, he was.
Especially against the fight against like every single person out.
You know what I'm saying?
That was trying to test him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just imagine
that
for
guy
like
sensei.
11 years we've been hearing about this dude, and in 2015 we finally see him fight, and you know what? No one is like, no one is disappointed.
Just going back to an argument for Shippuden, the biggest thing with me is the element of risk in an anime, right?
Yeah.
The biggest scene I thought with Shippuden was when Asuma died, right?
Ooh,
that was like the very first time like people can just die. Like
people could die when they are killed.
Like he's not coming back. Who's getting wished back? It's not Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? Like Dragon Ball Z. Oh, we're gonna wish Goku back maybe 4 or 5 times. He'll be good. But in the way he got killed with the stab in the heart, and the dude committed suicide. I thought that was one of the craziest, worst deaths in the anime. Any of y'all think differently in Shippuden?
I think that was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? I think the way that it ended was a great way of ending it.
Yeah.
You're talking about after the fact Asuma got stabbed.
It was definitely heartfelt, especially with the whole situation, and like one of them saw him more of like as a father figure at the same time.
Yeah, like they played chess together and shit.
And that's what Shippuden did so well. Like, we all hate flashbacks, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, when it's done right, it makes you feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with you. Right. Like, it hits your heart. Like, you be like, man,
like, dang, he's just gone. Like,
he's just gone. Like, that's been his teacher.
That was like their teacher
forever.
for like ever. You know what I mean? Like, he was with he's one of Kakashi and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's with
one
them.
of the originals. Yeah, definitely.
And they just killed him off. You know what I'm saying?
Killed him. Like, well, I think it's one of those things where, Shippuden did a good job of expanding on a base that's created and developing the characters, because they did a good job of like the way they developed their powers. Because remember, like Shikamaru, he could just hold you with the shadow, and now he can move the shadow. The shadow grabs stuff and throws shit now. And
the evolution of the
evolution of the characters are done well. One thing that I didn't like is how they treated Rock Lee. I know this is left.
I didn't like how they treated that whole camp. Neji and Rock Lee.
You know what I'm saying? That whole camp. 10-10 never got her day. 10-10 never got her day. Not even
could you attribute that to Guy Sensei not being a good teacher like somebody else?
I don't know. Like, maybe he was just like a bad teacher. He can't walk now, but at the same time, he was one of the strongest ninja that ever was.
Oh, he was one of the strongest ninjas that ever was. Right. And then you never ever knew until that end part. Yeah. It's just like, all you see is like through Kakashi's eyes, like, oh, you are real. Like, you are stronger than me. Like, no doubt.
You got it.
Yeah. You finally like win. You know what I'm saying? You win. You remember because they used to always battle all the time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So that was like the point where Kakashi was like, okay, you got it. You got it.
But how do you feel as if it's compared to Boruto now? Like, how do you feel about like Boruto? Personally, I don't like Boruto.
I mean, personally, like I think Boruto is just like another beginning, like Naruto. Like Naruto, I didn't really get into it like that from the first couple episodes, but I kind of like had to like watch it just to see how it actually goes.
Slow beginning.
Boruto's the same way, but at the same time, you see a lot of the old characters from like Shippuden, and then now you see Sasuke, and then at the same time, like you're seeing a lot of different fights early on in the series. Before, when you used to actually watch Naruto, you didn't really see a lot of that. You never saw that.
Never saw what? Never saw a lot of what?
A lot of action.
In the original Naruto?
Like in the beginning,
like at the beginning.
The reason, and I get his point.
They killed a lot of people in Naruto. So you guys forget about this.
But that's like further into the show, though.
Yeah. So let me explain a little bit.
They killed the They killed the two dudes, Haki and the guy with the long sword.
That was like towards beginning.
That was like the beginning.
Like what Leo's talking about was the beginning. You know what I mean?
So where Naruto seals the scroll, like the first episode.
And let me tell you, here's the difference: is that when Naruto, and this is what I do like about Boruto, when Naruto was a kid, he was a play around. He wasn't really serious about nothing. He wasn't good at nothing. With Boruto, I'm a kid, but I can fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the slowest kid in the class.
Well,
not by a long shot.
He's getting all these lessons from like his family.
Yeah, you know what I'm
like,
saying?
and like his mother's family and his father too. So he's getting a lot of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's the Hokage's son. Like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think it's a good way to do it, from a kid who never had anything to the kid who has it all. Like,
Exactly.
That's what I like about Boruto, because even though you're seeing the kids and you expect, okay, the kid's gonna act like the parents, the kid's gonna act like the parents, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Like, they have their own personalities. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird seeing that, you know, especially with the main character, Boruto's just like, he's Naruto, he's like Naruto, but he ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta respect that, and that's a good way of
respect
doing it. You know what I mean?
He does have his own style, but at the same time, and they mentioned this in Boruto recently. Everyone is scared that their generation coming up are weak as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's off the recent episode too.
Yep, it's just
really?
like,
Wow.
look, everybody knows it. Nobody wants to say it, but our generation is trash.
And that's the thing, like, because of the fact, like, they're doing all this and they're still not shinobi and, like, they still haven't gotten their bands, but at the same time, like, are they really getting any missions? Like, the real thing, like, they're going to school, but they're going to school specifically for other jobs, not to do any missions or conquer any villages.
Well, it's a peaceful time period.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
It was peaceful.
Well,
in that,
see,
you know what I mean?
if you look into like what was going on in the very beginning, and then, like I saw a video where it compared the story structure of Naruto and Boruto, and you see that it even starts off in a very dark, negative place. Like, if you were to go into the very first episodes of Naruto, it includes one of his teachers getting Naruto to steal a scroll so he can kill him, take the scroll, and try and take over the camp. In which his mentor, his homeroom teacher or whatever, takes a huge ninja star in his back trying to protect him. And then
Haruka-san.
Haruka-san. And then who Naruto, the beast inside of Naruto, inadvertently killed, is like protecting it. Like, you know, you get to know further on now.
The reason why is because there was a lot of open beef between villages.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's different now because you have villages integrated with each other now. So that's why they call it that peaceful time period where people don't have to go on missions as much as they did before.
Yeah,
people
like
aren't
chill.
fighting for power as much as they did before.
Yeah,
I mean,
chill.
you know what I'm saying? On some real stuff. That could be on some real stuff.
I feel as though, like, the
real life.
beginning, like, the very first episode of Boruto definitely set it off so that you have, like, that expectation that it's not always going to be peaceful.
Right, yeah.
Like, especially when the main dude is talking about, like, I'm going to send you where I sent the seventh. Stuff like that. So you don't even know what happened. You don't even know if he's dead. You don't know if it's, like, in a different dimension.
Right.
It's like a whole bunch of theories, but the fact that they started it off that way makes you like see how Boruto is actually going to come out later on down the road.
Good way to
and
start
how
it.
powerful he's going to be.
Yeah. It's a given that Boruto is going to come out being the man.
Yeah.
Weird fighting with swords, though, right?
Huh?
They were fighting with swords in the beginning.
Yeah, he's actually fighting with Sasuke's sword.
Yeah.
The one that he constantly uses.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's tight.
That's actually what it is. Like, I saw someone post up something about it, and like I took a good look at the picture, and it was like, it's like that katana that he was using.
That's super tight. That's super tight.
Wow.
And I think I will give one thing that Boruto did a good job of further expanding on the character development and integrating those styles together. Of like having
still going. It's still
Choji
going.
and the other chick, and you know their daughter is kind of like she's now like she eats a lot, but she's real cool. Or you know
but she's like a leader. She's
she's like kind of like a leader, kind of like, you know, I'm out here, you know, still has the similar abilities, and you see her trying to grow her abilities as well, and being a combination of her parents. And I think that's one thing that Boruto really does really well. But with that being said, like, you know, a time of peace and solving mysteries is not as cool as compared to you're in the middle of a war. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You're killing terrorists on a bridge.
It's a
You know
different
what I'm
story,
saying?
man.
Like,
It's just a different story.
Yeah.
It's
And you
a
have
different
like
story.
shinobi from different villages
You know what I'm
attacking your
saying?
own,
Yeah,
like sneaking in and stuff.
Yeah, you
so-
never know what's popping.
like you're in the middle of a tournament, and then all of a sudden terrorists take over your tournament. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right,
like
right.
everyone in the crowd is getting murdered. Everything is breaking down. Like, oh goodness, how are we gonna get out of this one? You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, it's
So-
a much deeper, darker.
So
time.
overall thoughts, I mean, we all enjoy the story, but, you know, final thoughts on which one you enjoy the most.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I definitely enjoyed Shippuden the most, but I'm enjoying the overall build-up within Boruto.
Yeah, nice.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
D?
I'd say that, you know, I did like Naruto the most, and I am interested in the future of Boruto, but you know it's downhill from here, guys. It started out downhill. Real great downhill.
I'll go with Shippuden, of course. I appreciate the way Boruto is starting off. I appreciate the origin story of it because it's not like the same thing. You know what I mean? It's meant to be a different story.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's why I like Shippuden the most because it was just a hell of an arc. You know what I'm saying? It was just a hell of a series. But Boruto is starting off almost the same way as Naruto did. It's just a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Different times, different stories.
I think Boruto is a punk.
Whatever. Anyways, what's the next? What's the last segment? What's the last segment, D?
The last segment is our rapid session.
Do that sound again.
It's our rapid fire segment.
All right, you guys. You'll have 30 seconds. It's an appreciation of video game day that was earlier this week.
So what are the rules on this? What are the rules?
Just 30 seconds to state your case, man. We'll all
state your case. We're all going to talk about it real fast.
You know, counterclockwise. So what's the first subject?
First subject is favorite system then in the past.
Oh, favorite system then? Who wants to start this one off?
I'll go ahead and start it off.
All right, Leo, you're up.
The Super Nintendo.
Nintendo?
SNES, yeah. That was actually one of my favorite ones, actually. So I'll choose that one.
How you liking the remake? I mean, not the remake,
like,
but
the smaller version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's gonna be just as good as the NES that they put out a little while ago, but I feel like they need to add more games to it. They don't really add as much anymore. Like I think there's like 30 or 80 games or so, but they were really like a lot more than that. So
Nice. Shoot, I guess I go next. The best system then. I'm going with the Dreamcast, of course. You know what I mean? I got to. Classic games. First off, I'm a big fighting game guy, okay? So Soul Calibur, Marvel vs. Capcom, all those games, I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially on the Dreamcast. And also their adventure games were really good too. Crazy Taxi. I mean, that's one of the best games. You can just sit there and play that forever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Another adventure game I do like on the Dreamcast was Shenmue. You know what I'm saying? Shenmue was one of those games that everyone's been waiting for a remake of it for a while. You know what I'm saying? So classic games that really defined that Dreamcast.
Well, I was going to go with Dreamcast, but since that was taken so gracefully, good job, Reggie, I'm going to go with the PlayStation. You know, the PlayStation was one of those first systems that really introduced me to a lot.
Toshinden!
Battle Arena Toshinden, you know, awesome array of fighting games, awesome array of RPGs and strategies.
Nice, yeah.
And just think about how large Sony is, and just think about how Sony came out of nowhere and became one of the biggest video game systems that ever was.
Nice.
You know, it started out as a small wave, and I've been riding it ever since. For the past, 10, 15 years, and I can't wait to keep going.
Nice choice. Next subject.
Next subject is...
Best system now, right?
Best system now.
System now.
Well, mine is going to be easy.
You want to go first?
We can go with mine. Mine is going to be easy.
Go ahead.
Currently riding the PlayStation Wave. This shit is huge.
Yeah.
Everybody plays our shit. Everything rocks with it. You know what I'm saying? We got cameras. We got microphones. We got VR. I don't believe in it, but we got it.
But
you know
don't
what I'm
like
saying?
the VR.
Whatever. We got it though.
Oh, man.
And it's a lot more fun. It's certainly better than Xbox.
Certainly better than Xbox. You
Certainly
sure
better
about
than Xbox. I am so certain and positive that everything we got that PS4 Pro.
You're done, anyways. I'm gonna go with the PlayStation 4 as well. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's just, you know, when you look at the systems, I don't know if it's the way I see it. I just see the cool looking system. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to be with the PlayStation Plus network. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to be with PlayStation. You know what I mean?
It's cooler.
You know what I mean? So I go with PlayStation. You can take the last 15 seconds to say what you want to say.
I mean, honestly, it's just gonna be the Xbox One. I mean, right now, just because I've always had Xbox and I've always constantly played all the games on it.
Nice.
Just gotten to know it. Definitely one of my favorites now. And I mean, yeah, I've had a PS3, but you know,
You're an Xbox guy.
I'm an Xbox guy.
Rapid
all
fire,
day,
next
so.
one.
This is a very slow rapid fire.
I know, right?
All right, fighting game. Favorite
game.
fighting game of all time.
Go.
Of all time.
Go, Leo.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'll go. I'm gonna go with Beast Wars 2.
Beast Wars 2?
Yeah.
Beast Wars?
Beast Wars.
Bloody War?
Bloody War. I'm
This
sorry.
man just said Beast Wars?
Beast
Oh,
Wars.
my
I remember the show.
goodness.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like.
We can all
Beast
just,
Wars.
we'll take the 30
Wait.
seconds. We'll all take the 30 seconds. I'll go with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, man. What about you, Leo?
I'm gonna say Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur was really good.
Yeah. Soul Calibur was so tight.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
All right,
No more combat thing?
What about
Next.
fighting game character?
Woo. Ken Masters. Easy. Classic character, the cool guy. That fire Shuriken can't be beat.
Noob Saibot, Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna go with
You're gonna milk the
Asuka.
clock. Asuka?
From Tekken.
You suck with her.
I know, but I really
How
like
you gonna
that
choose
character.
Don't you like Sakura?
Sakura? Nah.
Next one.
Favorite shooter.
Favorite shooter?
Yeah.
Oh, GoldenEye. That's easy. GoldenEye. And my favorite gun, we can put this into one. My favorite gun is the RCP-90 from GoldenEye.
That's very specific.
Yes.
Very specific.
What? People know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna say Call of Duty Ghost Recon. Honestly,
nice.
Call of Duty and Ghost Recon?
oh my bad, Call of Duty Ghost.
Call of Duty.
Ghost. I was actually playing Ghost Recon too.
Favorite gun?
I don't have one. I'm gonna
Everything
say,
that shoots?
Well, you could just pick a general gun like a sniper rifle or shotgun. You could just be like shotguns.
Hurry up, do your turn.
I like shotguns.
What's your favorite shooting game?
My favorite shooting game is Destiny 2. And I'd say that my favorite gun is the big BFG from Doom.
Ooh,
I just
nice.
remember when I was a kid and you would just be like boom. And like, rah.
Shout out to the op from Counter-Strike 2.
Oh, yeah.
So that's us today. Coplaymedia. We are out right here on Rip Radio Network.
Deuces.